Hello, all, and thank you so much for tuning in to COVID Conversations by way of Zoom here on WNCU 90.7 FM, and we're using this platform to ask questions about how the virus is affecting our world. And my guest today is Dr. Derrick Drakeford, and he's president of Purpose University, and we'll talk about his thinking on learning spaces in 2020 in the wake of COVID-19. That's a mouthful. Dr. Drakeford, how are you?
I'm blessed. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. And it's just so wonderful that you would take time out of your day to come and spend some time with us. It's appreciated.
I listen to you every day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We need as many listeners as we can possibly get. So to know that you're not in the number, it warms my heart. Okay, first question. I want to talk to you about Purpose University. What is that?
Yeah, so it grew out of my company. I run a business called Drakeford, Scott & Associates. We've been in business now for 18 years. I started my business in Durham on the unemployment line, right there on Briggs Avenue. And I was sitting in an old red raggedy chair, and I was mad. I was frustrated at the world, as I'm sure about 50 million people are now. And I didn't know how to take that anger and channel it into something positive until I started my business. And now, fast forward 18 years later, my business has created a mobile app. The mobile app is called Purpose University, and it's designed to help people do what I did 18 years ago. And that's go from unemployment to starting your business.
I mean, that's quite a leap. Unemployment to your own business. Can we talk about, a little bit about that journey?
Yeah, for me, it was a difficult journey. I had to put my house up for sale. I had to sleep in my office. I had to sleep in my car. But what I did not know at the time that really set me free was that it's free to start a business in America. Anyone with a social security number can start a business for free. Now, when I started my business 18 years ago, websites were not free. So I had to pay a web guy, but now websites are free. And when I started my business 18 years ago, credit card machines were not free. I had to pay $200 a month for the slide machine, but now they're free. So what we've designed is a curriculum to help people to find their purpose, what they're supposed to do in life, and then start a business for free to go do it.
How do you help people find their purpose, especially in a pandemic?
Yeah, pandemic or not pandemic, what our research has found is that deep down inside, everyone knows their purpose already. And what we use is 4 critical self-reflective questions to help people think deeply about it, and then to take that purpose and put it into an actionable form where they can begin to serve people through their business or nonprofit.
Step 1.
All right. Do you want to hear the 4 questions to find your purpose?
I got to. I have absolutely got to.
So this is in my book, Finding Your Purpose in 15 Minutes, but you're going to get it for free. Question number 1, people. Who are the people or community closest to your heart? For me, it's African-American males who are lost. For some people, it's single mothers. For some people, it's kids who are sick. But once you find out what that community is at the center of your bullseye, you have now found the direction for your purpose in life. So that's one of the key questions. Number 2 question is pain. And what we ask our students in the app and in my classes is, what's the deepest pain you've ever gone through in life? So painful it changed the world forever. And what our research has found, 95% of our participants say that that pain directly relates to the community they just mentioned. For me, my pain was being a lost African-American male. on the unemployment line with no direction, no hope. And my mission is helping lost African-American males. Question 3 is peace. Peace, very important. How do you heal from the pain that you've gone through? From the pain that you just answered in question number 2, what's your process of healing? For me, I'm a Christian, I pray. Some people, they write poetry, they write raps. Some people run or walk, go to the beach, exercise. Whatever you do, you have to find a secret weapon to heal from pain. And what we find in our community, unfortunately, especially times like now when money is tough, we find a lot of people who are mean, evil, nasty, and cantankerous. And the truth is they're really good people who are going through pain and they don't know how to heal and process from that pain, so they take it out on you. So we help students to think about what are my tools that I already have that can help me work through pain. And then the last question is, what is your passion and what is your talent? And for people who are faith people, I say, what's your gift from God? Even as a kid, it came natural to you. It was easy. It was like a flow. It was easier for you than other kids. That's your gift. That's your passion. So then we take these 4 questions, we put them into an equation. The equation reads like this: purpose equals people plus passion divided by pain. So purpose equals people plus passion divided by pain. And here's how you read it. You use your passion, your gift, to help these people alleviate or prevent this pain that you identify with. And that's your purpose in life in 15 minutes.
Wow, fantastic, phenomenal. I'm really very much interested in how I can get to my purpose, since I've heard that there's a formula that might make me into a different being. I'm down, but I want to get to what we really wanted to talk about in the interview. This is very intriguing. So you wrote a paper, What Will Learning Spaces Look Like in Fall 2020 and Beyond? So what are some of the current challenges in higher education, in K through 12 education?
Yeah, so there's 3 major challenges. The first and foremost is COVID-19 and the potential that teachers can come back into school, catch a virus, and die, like a teacher has in Arizona. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the economic depression. Let's be honest, we're in a depression. There are 45.7 million people have filed unemployment. That does not mention the number who haven't filed, who are unemployed, right? So we have millions of people unemployed. The economy is rough. That's number 2. And then number 3 is the killing of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and so many countless other innocent Black people has woken up not only America, but the nation. So your classroom is never going to be the same again, especially when it comes to issues of race. So these are the 3 issues facing schools today, and how they navigate through these issues are going to determine success or failure.
So I'm really interested in one aspect of your paper, and it has to do with economic depression. So how does economic depression fit into this new learning space that you're talking about?
Yeah, no, really good question. So we learned a lot in 2008 during the last recession. And in my paper, I cite some research from a professor at University of Maryland who found that the booming of the economy that came back in the Obama era was really through small new businesses or startups. It was not through these big, large companies. It was through small new startups. And what I've always believed in education since I started my business is that when you help people to start a business around their purpose in life, they will want to learn more to do that purpose. Unfortunately, education has been geared toward jobs. What job can I get? But the new type of education, COVID-19 after, is going to be geared toward your personal business, your online at-home business where you're doing your mission, you're doing your purpose. And all education is going to be geared toward how can we position you better to run a business at home and live and be safe. The difference between people who are employed now and people who are not employed, many of them which are a college degree and the ability to work online. And those are the two things that we need to be pushing people to be able to do for the next 20 years. You have to have a college degree minimum, and you have to be able to do your work online.
There are countless students in this country. How is it that you would individualize this concept to everybody to have them follow their purpose and then fit into this model of that you're talking about with economic depression?
Yeah, so we've already helped over 500 students start their business and begin to do their purpose in life. Nicole in Charlotte, she started a business to help young women build self-esteem so they don't face rape and sexual assault and harassment. She's published 2 books. She travels, she does Zooms. We started her business at Purpose University in 1 day. There's another guy, his name is Pierre. Pierre's a really good photographer. He's always taking pictures. We were doing an event downtown called Hyper Launch, and I saw this guy taking pictures. I needed to hire a photographer. I said, are you a photographer? He said, no, I'm just in here practicing, working on my craft. In 3 hours, we started his business. We became his first client. He had 2 different clients in 48 hours. He already had the gift and talent of being a photographer. We just helped him get his purpose and mission statement, get his website up, get his bank account, his tax ID, and a lean business plan, and he's off to the races. So every single student can do this and begin to wrap education around their purpose in life.
Sounds really very exciting. So online learning, I want to ask a question about that. And students learning online, everybody doesn't have a computer. Some people do, some people don't. Some people can go to a hotspot, but there'll be a lot of people who are left behind. So online learning, a way to keep students in the classroom, what kind of grade would you give it? Would you give it A or feel good, A for effort, or is it going to be effective for everybody?
Right now, it is the best solution that we have. So the baseline, and I'm really glad that you brought this up, is that we have to close the digital divide right now. Many of us have 2 computers, 3 computers, 4 computers, an old tablet. We need a nonprofit or organization to collect some of our old stuff and get it to these kids who need it. Every kid needs to be closed on the digital divide. So once you have that baseline where we all have internet and access to it, then we can talk about, is this working? And I believe it is. We've been teaching online for 4 years, and what we found is it's more effective for the teachers. It's more effective for the students. It allows you to get back to your actual real life quicker than traveling to the school, parking in the parking lot, facing the police as you're driving to the school. So there's a lot of different challenges that come with in-person, and I think online is going to be the future.
So then, final question. So what do you say to people who say that we've got to get students back into the classroom and we've got to get them back to the classroom right now?
I think that we need to look at learning spaces, and one of the things I talk about in my paper is Rice University. Rice University is the best example in the country. They've already built 9 outdoor classrooms. 9. I've been talking with the vice president at North Carolina Central because Purpose University, we own and run an outdoor classroom. And we're trying to get space for North Carolina Central students to take classrooms outside. Because if you have a teacher that's 70 years old which is most teachers, professors, you're going to tell them to go into a class of 30-year-olds and close the door? What you're telling that teacher is, I don't care about your life. So we want teachers to live and teach outside. And if you're really honest with yourself, you can learn more under a tree with the ripples of the wind, with a bird, with a worm underneath your feet than you can in a concrete box. We have to think outside the box. That education is old. We need to return to nature. We need to return to purpose.
Dr. Derrick Drakeford, thank you for helping us think outside of the box with your interesting and innovative concepts. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you all for watching COVID Conversations here on WNCU 90.7 FM. I'm Kimberly Pierce Cartwright, News and Public Affairs Director here, and we'll see you next time.